And back in 1963, the Ku Klux Klan, they killed 4 little black girls during a bombing of a Birmingham church. It was one of the worst terror attacks during the civil rights era. Now, 59 years later, one of the survivors is still waiting for Alabama to compensate her for the loss of an eye. Sarah Collins Rudolph still has pieces of glass in her body. She was at yesterday's United We Stand event held by the president and the vice president. It was a summit to discuss ways to battle hate in America. Now, 2 years ago, Governor Kay Ivey made a speech apologizing for the pain and suffering of people in Birmingham after the bombing. But when the governor was asked about compensation for the survivors, she sidestepped the question. Now, Governor Ivey, that is the governor in Alabama. Pieces of glass, soulmates, remain inside her body from the explosion. She suffers from stress disorders, and at the same time, she's still paying off doctor bills and all the work that she has to have for her prosthetic eye. And that is something that clearly she's been paying for over the past 50 years that the state of Alabama should be paying for. When you put this in perspective, if we think about the victims of 9/11, they got paid. If we think about the victims of the Boston massacre during the marathon, they got paid. So why, if we're calling this a terrorist attack, we call those a terrorist attack, why haven't we paid this woman? She's the lone survivor. This happened 60 years ago. They could definitely cut her a check.
Yeah, I mean, and she had to watch and witness her sister and 3 other black girls die, and she survived. And so, like you said, it's really just tragic that so much money is going to so many black Americans that die at the hands of police or what have you, and then for her to still be waiting for her money years later, I'm sure that there's a lot of pain that has to come from that, seeing so much money being shelled out in so many other instances. So hopefully they get her money, because I'm sure the pain and suffering alone is a lot to deal with.